Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I just want to make sure my audio and everything is going well. I'm using multiple VPNs and that whole thing. I'm using a VPN in browser, a VPN on my main system. So I hope that does not cause any issues for us, any lagging or anything like that. Okay, so it's looking like it's going well. So I have a handful of things I want to discuss today. The progress of development, but also something extremely exciting that we have ready to go right now and will be accessible on the site next week. As you can see, we have a payment processor here. So it should be displaying. And what I'm going to do is buy some AFP using a credit card, right? A prepaid credit card, live, and then share the transaction hash, so all of you guys can verify that I really did just buy AFP using our Fiat on ramp. And it went through on chain utilizing PancakeSwap. So it's 100% ready to go, and the only thing left to do is add the widget to the site. As the last communication I had with the team is that we would get an update today on exactly which day we'll be able to get the API keys to have it on the site. But it's looking like we're going to get the API keys by next Tuesday and be able to have the Fiat on-ramp on our site by next Thursday. That's the goal. So it not only allows for AFP and AFD purchases, it also allows for BNB, BUSD, and potentially in the future, partner tokens and other projects that we give this service to allow for no KYC, Fiat on-ramp purchases. That means we don't have to rely on any other exchange. We don't have to rely on any other tokens to act as an intermediate. So we don't have to rely on people going on Binance and buying BNB and then swapping into our assets. People can go right into our assets, and we'll be able to offer this as a service to other projects, so we can allow them to essentially host this on their site, and every time anybody goes and purchases their token through our service, we're going to get a fee off that, generated off that, which will go towards pig pen injections. So this is the whole point of Animal Farm, is that we have a strong foundation of contracts that act as a base mechanic that allow for people to stake assets to essentially increase their ownership of the platform. So the core of Animal Farm is that we allow people to provide value in order to get a larger ownership of the platform. So that can look like they're providing assets that we lend to various platforms where they are utilized in products and services where we generate profit, and then that profit goes to the owners of the platform. And the way that you get your ownership of the platform is by providing that collateral, which is used to generate the product, the profit, and the profit which comes from the services and the products that we're supporting, or you can buy directly into ownership through buying AFD and AFP. So right now we have the core functionality, which is the ability to buy ownership and earn ownership through providing value in the form of collateral. Now, our full focus is generating profit streams through products and services. And those products and services could look like other platforms that we're lending our collateral to. But it can also look like Fiat on-ramp service that we're providing to other platforms where we take a 1% fee. So every time someone buys our partner token on their platform, but through our widget, we earn 1% of that. It can also look like the games that we're developing now, Piggy Plinko, where when someone plays the games and they generate a profit for the platform, that goes to ownership, that goes to the owners of the platform. So this is one major step along the way, but not just a it's not just a new product and a new service that we're offering. It's much more than that, because it's also a way that we can have an independent fiat on-ramp. And this bank that we worked with is not a some service that everybody else has access to. This is a unique relationship that we established with this bank, which allowed us to have this service and the ability to provide the service to other people and provide a lot more custom integration and custom utility than what any of the other fiat on-ramps allow for. So, there's a MoonPay, right? MoonPay, if you were to use them, they have no integration with contracts. Every single account needs to be KYC'd. You're not going to be able to buy with prepaid credit cards or debit cards. You're not going to be able to integrate them with DEXs outside of the specific DEX that they're working with on that chain, maybe PancakeSwap, maybe Uniswap. You can't create incentive structures built on top of it because there's no smart contract integration. So not only did we create this relationship that allows us to create a much better service to our users and anybody we partner with, we also were able to establish a much stronger banking infrastructure. What I mean by that is we're using something called cascading banking, or cascading banking. I believe that's the term for it. And what it does is essentially it's one interface that is working with multiple banks, and it's used oftentimes in higher risk industries, such as online casinos, maybe webcam services, this kind of thing. And it's designed specifically so if one of the accounts gets shut down, meaning one of the bank accounts that's servicing us in the back end, it automatically defaults to the next option. So there's many different options that allows us to stay extremely hardened. So there's essentially no chance that we lose this service. And the ability to make purchases without having to KYC is also extremely powerful. And that alone is going to cause people to buy in through our platform and through our fiat on-ramp, even if they don't have an interest in our platform. And what I mean by that is, say they want to buy some other token that has nothing to do with us. There's still a good chance that they'll want to buy through our fiat on-ramp because of the freedom that our on-ramp allows for things like privacy, right? So I want to keep this live stream relatively concise and to the point because I want people to be able to share it. So I'm going to get right to it right now and show this transaction. And what I'm going to do is, once the transaction is made, I'm going to post a transaction hash in the chat so everybody can go verify it for themselves. So here we go. All right. So as you can see, I'm clicking on credit card here. It offers Google Pay, Apple Pay, Visa, MasterCard. These are some of the assets. You can see the main assets it supports, and really it's all the main assets and then our two assets. So currently, it's there's no other like altcoins that aren't, I would say, top 20 altcoins that are being allowed to be bought through this. That's what I mean by this is not something that every other project has access to. It's literally only us at this point. And from the conversations that I've had with this bank, most likely anybody else that is going to be using the service is going to be someone that we're bringing on, we're onboarding and making a percentage of. So I'm going to type in AFP, but you can see AFP and AFD are supported here. I'm going to buy 20 euros worth. All right, so I'm going to hit continue. I have script blocking on, so I'm going to shut off script blocking. I might have to redo this again because I just realized I got an extension running that does script blocking. And obviously, to do this kind of thing, scripts have to communicate with the various banking backend servers that we're utilizing to do this. So I may have to do it again just because I started the thing with script blocking, but we'll see. Now, as you can see, I'm just gonna pull up to make sure you guys can see what I'm seeing. Okay, yep. So now you provide the wallet that you want the tokens to go to. So let me just see what wallet I want it to go to. Okay, I'll just pick a marketing wallet that we have. Okay, now pick Visa. Processing the card. When we were doing this, okay, let me just share a little more of the screen here. So right now it's saying transaction being processed. And then what it's going to do is it's going to contact basically the Visa card, ask for approval. Going to approve it. It's like a 3DS security system. Alright, I'm going to go put this kind of back now. Okay, as you can see, it went back to transaction being processed. It's running slow. As I said, I'm literally using 2 VPNs, and I got everything else running. See, congratulations, transaction went through. All right, so we just bought 20 euros. All right, and now it says transaction complete. To view transaction on the blockchain, you can just click here, click blockchain. I'm going to do that. Click blockchain. And now it takes us to BSC scan. All right, let me just bring this so it's here. Right? And this is a transaction. See? We just got $19.43 worth of AFP, and it was sent to the wallet that we input there. Now let me go back to the banking site. And I'm just going to copy. Copy this. And post it there. And now you guys can see, right? You can see the transaction just went through. And yes, it works in New York. It works everywhere. The only places where it won't work are, or it may work, but there may be limitations, are countries that are sanctioned, right? So, and when I say sanctions, I mean global sanctions, like Iran, maybe Nigeria, there's a North Korea. There's a small handful of countries that are that will likely either be fully restricted, meaning you cannot utilize it, or maybe some limitations on it. But other than that, literally everywhere else in the world works. As far as the cards you can use credit card, debit card, Visa, MasterCard, Google Pay, Apple Pay. Some prepaid cards work, some prepaid cards don't work. I believe what's important is that they have 3DS security, which just means that you have to essentially register them online, which is it takes 2 seconds, very easy to do, and you can decide what information you give them or not. It doesn't that's not really a big deal, and yes, it works in the UK. It works literally everywhere. As I said, there's a very small handful of places that it either won't work or be restricted, and those are the places that have global sanctions. So, yeah, guys. I believe PayPal is Stripe, and I believe Stripe is MasterCard. So, if you have a PayPal card, I believe it is technically MasterCard, and it will probably work. But really, I mean, it's as comprehensive as any other online store. So literally, if you can buy, if you can use a card, the current card that you have now, to buy something on Amazon or any other popular online store, you can come on and you can buy AFP, you can buy FD, you can buy BNB, you can buy BUSD, you can buy Wrap Bitcoin, you can buy all of the major assets easily, as easy as buying any other card. I don't know if it will work in Nigeria or not. That's and then you said they got to use a VPN. I mean, that's I wouldn't tell anybody anything like that, right? But everybody has to make up their own decision what they need to do. But this is really big, right? So we've been saying for a long time that we've had a Fiat on-ramp coming and in the works. The major part that we needed to that we needed to have done in order to host something like this is first just work out all of the details of the deal, because as I said, these are the first. We're the first people to work with this bank to have a fiat on-ramp. So that took a lot of work to work out all the details and get it all built and all of that. And then the ability to do smart contract functionality. So not only can it buy, we can do things like buy and stake. So, for example, say there's a tax associated with staking AFP in a specific contract, right? There isn't on any contracts right now, but let's just say there is. We can do something like reduce the tax if the person is staking directly from the fiat on-ramp. So this is the kind of functionality that we built, right? And it took time to do, but we have it now. So, this is, the one thing we're waiting for is the API keys to be able to host it on the site. But I didn't want to come on and say that, guys, it's coming next week. We'll have it next week. We're waiting for the API keys. I wanted to show you guys that it's done, right? It's 100% functioning, and it's working for all the cards and for our assets, and it's doing exactly what we want it to do. And now it's just a matter of adding the widget to the site. They, on their end, made some major upgrades to their site, so that's why they needed a couple days to get us the API keys. But what they're telling us is that we will have an update on it today. We will likely have the API keys by Tuesday, and we get the widget up by Thursday. So, yeah, guys, it is huge. This is something that's very, very big for us. It's something that's been a long time in the works, and we finally got it. And I don't believe that there's any other platform that has as good of a fiat on-ramp that we have, because I don't know any other project that established a direct relationship with a bank that allows us to do all kinds of custom solutions and utilize it as a service that we can provide to other platforms to generate revenue for our platform, specifically for the Pigpen, right? So, one of the reasons why this is so big is because with Pigpen, of course, it's generating profits from the back-end staking. It's generating profit from deposit withdrawal fees. It's generating profit from taxes associated with AFD. Right now, we're working on a single asset lending product that gives two options. One option is it allows you to lend to bridges, and the other option is it allows you to add tokens to an index. And then this index acts very, very similar to the S&P, where it is balanced in a way that allows it to reduce risk, but also, more importantly, it's allowing us to pair those assets and lend them out to platforms that pay yield for staking of LPs, such as PancakeSwap. And the reason why this is so big is because if I was to lend out, say, BNB to PancakeSwap right now, I'm going to make like 3%, 4% maybe, right? But if I'm lending out BNB Link, I'm going to make 20%. So, if we can allow people that are staking Link, and we can allow people that are staking BNB to have those assets paired, without them needing to have any trusted model where they're having to negotiate with each other or figure it out, where it's just automatically being done by our index and then lent to PancakeSwap. Now all of a sudden people that are staking single asset link are making 25% instead of 6%. And that's yield that we're earning that does not come from the inflation of our assets. That's yield that can be compounded into user positions and sold for BUSD and injected right into the Pigpen. So that's another major cash flow going to the Pigpen. So this is something that was very important for us to get live before Piggy Plinko went out, because we don't only have AFP and AFD options in Piggy Plinko. We have BNB and BUSD options, and we have dog mode, which rewards people for paying with BNB and paying with BUSD, and then accepting their prize in AFD. So I think I said that correctly. We have a bonus mode called dog mode, where you can play in BNB and BUSD and accept your prize in AFD. And if you do that, you get a 10% bonus on prizes, and that incentivizes people to drive capital into AFD. But to have a model where people can play with BNB and BUSD, we don't want them buying that BNB and BUSD on some other exchange where it requires them to do 10 other actions on other exchanges where they have to KYC on them, they have to wait some wait period, they have to have those funds sitting on a centralized exchange. You don't need to rely on a centralized exchange to hold your funds at all anymore. When you buy off our Fiat on-ramp, it's buying directly off of PancakeSwap and sending it directly to your wallet. Decentralized. So it's a no KYC, decentralized Fiat on-ramp with custom contract interoperability. It's very powerful. No one's offering it. So this is why we spent so much time on this. Because it was worthwhile, right? We could have went with one of the other options and got it done maybe a month ago. But I will never make a compromise and do something half-assed or do something because maybe we can save a couple weeks, so we'll do it this other way. Or maybe we can save a little bit of, development costs, so we do it this other way. I would rather wait a couple weeks and do it the right way. And now we have something awesome, because we have something that does not depend on centralized exchanges, that allows for Fiat on-ramp, no KYC, you can use prepaid credit cards, we can integrate it with any contract we want, and we can offer it to partners as a DeFi Fiat on-ramp solution that we can earn profit from, that goes towards paying a higher BUSD yield to the owners, which are the AFP stakers in the Pigpen. So, and it was very important to me that people can come on and play Piggy Plinko, and we don't have to direct them to any other sites, right? They can go right and buy the BNB or BUSD or AFP or AFD directly on our site and use it right away on our site. Now, for Piggy Plinko development, we want everything needs to be in its own time, right? We don't want to announce 3 big things in the same week, because it's a disservice. It's a disservice to the owners of the platform. It's a disservice to the platform itself. It's a disservice to the people that are trying to learn and keep track of everything. People asking about off-ramp. Yeah, there is the ability to off-ramp, and we do have the ability to issue cards as well. So loadable cards, where you guys will be able to essentially send assets to the cards and spend the cards. These are all things that come with this banking service, but all things in time, right? Like we're making sure we do it right, one step at a time. So what it's looking right now, right? Because we want to have one big we want to have one big major development update a week, right? Because that's a pace that we know we can maintain, and that's a pace that we can maintain excitement and momentum with. So next week, we're integrating the widget on the site. So people will be able to buy on the site next week with their credit and debit. And Google Pay and Apple Pay and prepaid credit cards and all the other options that are on there, right? And what's so important is just to realize this is a DeFi option, right? Now, the week after that, what we're looking at doing is releasing the testnet of Piggy Plinko. So we'll have a limited access to testnet, and that way everybody can see that it's the development is finished, and we can get in some wider testing outside of our own community. But of course, we've been doing a ton of testing in house, but we want to have some testing outside of our own team. So we're gonna have, of course, audits like we always do, but also access to the community to be able to test themselves. And at that point, the only thing left that we have to do is set up the ability for people to start referring before it goes live. So what we're looking at right now from a timeline is next week, integrate a Fiat on-ramp. The following week, release of Piggy Plinko testnet, where people will be able to play it on a testnet. The week after that is likely going to be the announcement of the launch date, combined with the ability to start referring. And man, should I say how the referral system works? I don't know if now's the time to do it. The referral system is so powerful, guys. Man, I think it's still a little too early to say how we're doing it. I want to wait till the very last minute to say how we're doing it, because it's such a big idea that I know someone's going to try to steal it. I know it. So we're going to wait a little bit longer. I'm just going to call it. We're going to wait a little bit longer to say the specific details of how the referral system works. But trust me, guys, the referral system is going to allow you to build the downline, sell the downline, trade downlines, and also trade account status. So the accounts have 15 tiers, everything from bronze tiers to triple diamond tier, and that comes with the ability to earn reload and rakeback bonuses and various multipliers associated with the rakeback and reload bonuses. And you will also be able to trade and sell access to these high-level tier accounts. So not only will you be able to access, sell and trade your referrals to people. So say I'm, I don't know, Bartertown, and I have $1 billion worth of referrals, because you know that's what he's going to do. He can say, look, I have this downline that I'm making $50,000 a week off of. I'll sell it right now for $150,000. And that way, he can make upfront payment for projected earnings. And that's very powerful, because, of course, there is a benefit to being able to access projected earnings now. And that comes with a premium. And that premium is experienced by the person that buys the downline, because now they're going to make $150,000 in 3 weeks off something that they just paid $50,000 for. So, or however it decides to go, right? So, I don't want to say exactly how we're doing that, because I know if I say exactly how we're doing that, someone's going to just steal it and just use it for some like crappy little project or whatever, and probably mess it up. But I think I'm going to wait until probably the week before we release it until I give the specific details on how we're doing it. But it's big. So what the timeline's looking like is we got the Fiat on-ramp live this week, and that's huge, right? That's a huge progress. Next week, the widget will be on the site, so anybody will be able to access it. The following week, we're gonna try to get the testnet demo out, so people can start testing it. They can see that the hype is real. They're playing it, all that. And the following week, the plan is that's when we give the launch date combined with the ability to start referring. And then we're going to just have a few weeks of very, very strong promo, and we go live. But as I said, every week we're going to have some major progress. Some major thing to be excited about, to promote. We have an Altcoin Buzz article going out next week. We have a whole bunch of promotional and marketing stuff in the works. We've been starting to reach out to all of these gaming streamers to get them on board. And the goal is that we set aside a budget that we can pay some of these really big streamers up front, essentially, for a contract that they stream our gameplay for a certain period of time. So, here's $10,000, play our game for 20 hours this week, right? And give them a referral code that allows people that use their referral code to earn a bonus. So, we're taking advantage of all the big things that all the other centralized platforms are doing, plus so much more. So, we're going to have things like bonuses for depositing if you use a special referral code. So, when you hear things like these centralized platforms saying, use this referral code and deposit $500 and get a free $100, that's the kind of stuff that we're doing. So, and we're able to do that through setting up proper mechanics, but it's all on chain, it's all open source, it's all verifiable. So, So we set aside a pretty good budget, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars specifically for being able to pay streamers up front just to use the service for a week, and we'll be able to give them specific referral codes where anybody that uses a referral code will be able to get essentially access to a higher tier account and deposit bonuses. And then where the big money comes in for the influencers and the people that can build downlines is through the profit share system. So, when you hear things like Stake pays Aiden Ross $3 million a month, something like that, it didn't start off that way, right? It started off, they paid him maybe $20,000, maybe $30,000 to stream the game for a certain amount of hours a week. When you hear about the $3 million a month, that's coming from the profit share that he's earning. And we have the same ability to do that. So we put aside a few $100,000 just to be able to pay some big streamers up front to start playing. And then our system allows to pay as much money as they can earn in profit share, which will look like millions of dollars for some of these big streamers. And what, more importantly for everybody listening here, because not everybody is an influencer, generate, exponentially more profit for us, the owners of it, the stakers in the pig pen. So this is big, guys. This was a big step for us, right? Getting banking support, something we worked a long time for, and someone's mentioning poker. I believe that's the next thing we're gonna build. So we're starting off right now with Piggy Plinko, and then the next thing I want to build. Well, let me just say we have 5 other games that are largely already built. We just need to integrate them with our referral system and integrate them with our existing ecosystem and build out the UI. And that will take a little bit of time, but it'll be done very quickly. But apart from the things that we already have built from a contract perspective, the next big thing I want to do is tournament and cash game Texas Hold'em. And the reason why that's so big is because there's no other place where you can come on as a professional or an amateur poker player and playing cash games and playing tournaments and know that those games aren't rigged. There's no other place where you can do that. And right now, there's people, professionals, coming on and betting tens of millions of dollars in single tournaments and, hundreds of millions of dollars a week in poker games with no way to verify that those games aren't rigged other than just basic trusting the reputation of the platform that they're on. And these platforms have shown over and over again that they are not trustworthy. They have the owner has secret accounts where they have God mode where they can see other players, or they're playing with fake money, or the games are just outright rigged, right? The cards you get are rigged. And through utilizing blockchain technology, we're able to provide verifiable, fair games. So it's going to be big, right? It's going to really revolutionize online poker playing. And that's why I'm so excited about developing that. So it's going to look like Piggy Plinko, 5 other games that we're going to get out very quickly, because a lot of the work that we did with Piggy Plinko was building the referral system, was building the ability to integrate it into the ecosystem, building out the bankroll, building out the way that we adjust max bet size to ensure that we're sustainable and all of that. But now that all of that is built, we built it in a way that's plug and play with all of the other games that we have. So really, it's just about building the UI and plugging them into the existing contracts that we built for Piggy Plinko. So the other 5 games that we built can get out. We can release them very quickly, and then we're gonna go to poker, right? Texas Hold'em style poker, and that's from a game perspective. Of course, we got a lot of other things in the works. The single asset lending. We have a super chat thing in the works, and then we have drip related stuff in the works, which I want to keep this specific to Animal Farm, so I'm not going to go too much into that. But we have a lot of other stuff in the works, as you guys know. So it's huge, guys. I hope you appreciate it. I want to keep this video somewhat short and concise so people can share it. And that's it. Very exciting, guys. Very exciting. I appreciate you all. And yes, we are going to try to get on. We're going to try to onboard all these big streamers. We provide a better service, more rewards. Okay, one of the big things, right? If you want to have if you want to start referring people on one of these centralized platforms, say a stake, you have to apply, and they may or may not give you access. Our system allows anybody to start referring right away, and that's huge, right? So, and of course, you guys know that referring, you do not need to be an influencer to start referring. If you're in the group and you're helping people, and you're teaching people how to connect wallets, how to download MetaMask, how to do all of these things, people will reciprocate and use your account. And of course, the way that we're building it, you can buy someone's downline. So it's huge, guys. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you all are as excited as I am. Yeah, we're just getting started. When I say that, I'm serious. And talk to you guys later. Thank you.